to the month of Kislev, the Jewish dreaming month. This is the month when we have access to our dreams in a way that we don't the rest of the year. It's a very exciting opportunity this month. So I wanted to share a very beautiful teaching that I just learned from Rav Zadok HaCohen. Zadok HaCohen was a well-known Hasidic rabbi. He died in the year 1900. He himself was a dreamer, and he kept a dream journal for 40 years. Well done. And he writes down all the Torah revelations that he receives in his dreams, and it's a big part of his journey is through dreaming and the revelations that come through dreaming. So I really appreciate what he shares about dreams. He talks about dreams almost in a quantum way, that there's a consciousness and an awareness and a wisdom that we can gain from our dreams that is radically different, that's on a quantum level different than the normal day-to-day consciousness that we're in, right? Every night we're able to access this elevated consciousness. So he talks about, there's a midrash on Genesis where, right, God looks and God creates, and every day he looks and he sees that it was good, and he says it's very good. The last day only, actually, he says it's very good. And the midrash says that this very good that God says is a reference to sleep and dreams. Right? So there's something that's good, and then there's a very good. It's a quantum difference between the good and the very good. And that's the same with what happens to us when we're dreaming. There's something very good about the revelation and wisdom, something radically higher that we can receive while we're dreaming. So the Rav Zadok brings a story about the Arizal. He says that the Arizal one day was sleeping on Shabbat Balak. He dozes off and has this dream, and he wakes up from the dream and he tells his students, if I were to start talking right now and for the next 80 years I would describe what I just saw in this dream, it would not be enough time for me to articulate all that I learned in this 30 minutes of dreaming I just had. Right? So it kind of gets at that idea of there's something that's bigger than time and space that happens when we're dreaming. The revelations we can receive are beyond the normal sort of ways in which we learn or have knowledge or understanding. There's a quantum leap forward that the Arizal had. So he has another example as well. He talks about the story that we all know about Shlomo HaMelech. When Solomon became king, he was young. He went and he had a dream one night. And in this dream, God came to him and he said, what do you want? Anything in the world, it's yours. What do you ask for? And in the dream, Melech Shlomo, he says, I want wisdom. All I want is wisdom. And of course, this was very wise of him. And God's like, okay, great. I'll give you wisdom and I'll give you riches and power and everything else as well, because you asked for the right thing. So Rav Zadok takes this story to the next level and says that it was in that dream itself that Shlomo HaMelech received the enormous wisdom that was in store for him. He became the wisest man in history, according to our tradition, right? There's that dream is where he received the download of that enormous, immense wisdom, sort of a wisdom beyond the normal frame of what wisdom is. And I love both of these stories because they both speak to the place where dreams access something on a whole other level. And in a lot of ways, this is what's so challenging about dreams, is because it's so beyond our normal consciousness. We so often don't even appreciate what's going on in our dream, and we don't even appreciate the fact that every night our soul ascends and is able to interact with celestial beings and receive, revelations from the divine. Like, it's so beyond our comprehension of what's normal and possible and rational. It's so beyond, it's so very good, we sometimes are not even able to contain or access or recognize the enormity of it. So it's really, dreaming is humanities, like, it's a commodity that's really undervalued. But this month is our time to value it. And I want to invite you to join me. I'm going to be starting a workshop for the first 3 Sundays of Kislev, starting the 27th. It's going to be really powerful because we're going to be dreaming together. What happens when you dream with a community of dreamers is it exponentially expands the impact of our dreaming. And we're going to be learning sources and techniques and steps and exercises that are going to guide us as to how we can really access this quantum leap forward in our dreaming and in our wisdom and in our healing and in our understanding. So please join in, and happy Kislev.